So, we've listed the factors of 24 and 20. Now, it's not called the greatest common factor. Oh, I missed 4 and 5.
I told you that.
Now, it's not called the greatest common factor for no reason. I have to find now the biggest number that's in both lists. The biggest number that shows up in both lists is 4. So the greatest common factor of 24 and 20 is indeed 4. Alright, we'll do the exact same thing but different numbers in example 2. We're asked to find the greatest common factor of 22 and 38.
22 is only more than 22.
Alright, so let's start with 22. Two numbers that multiply together to make 22. Hands would be good. Danny.
1 and 22.
Thank you for checking the obvious one. Yes, 1 and 22. 2
and 11.
2 and 11. Alright, that's all the numbers for 22. Let's try 38. 1 and 38. 2 and 19. So, we identified now the largest number that's in both lists. As you can see, the biggest number that shows up in both lists is 2. So the greatest common factor of 22 and 38 is 2. All right. Now that's one method we can use to find the greatest common factor. We can also use prime factorization. When I'm talking about prime factorization, again, I'm talking about making factor trees. Now the steps for using prime factorization to find the greatest common factor are up here for you. Step 1, you're to create the factor trees. Obviously, can't do prime factorization without making a factor tree. Step 2, we write the factorization in ascending order. When I say ascending order, I mean in order from least to greatest. Step 3, we circle the likes. When I say circle the likes, after you've written out the factorization, we circle the number or numbers, it could be both, that are in both lists. And then step 4, we multiply one row of the likes together. Really not too tricky. Let's try example 3. We're asked to find the greatest common factor of 24 and 60. Again, the first step is to make the factor tree. So this is something you've already done. All right, so I'm making factor trees for 24 and 60. So, 24, remember you start your factor tree, you've got to pick two numbers that multiply together to make a given number. So I'm going to pick 8 and 3 here. 3 is a prime number, but 8 isn't. 8 can be broken down into 4 times 2. 2 is a prime number, but 4 isn't.
2 and 2.
And 4 can be broken down one more time into 2 and 2.
60.
All right, now I've got to break down 60. I can break it down any way I want to break it down. I'm going to start with 10 and 6. Neither of which are prime. 10 can be broken down into 5 and 2.
It's 5 a.m.
And 6 can be broken down into 2 and 3, and all of those numbers are prime. So that's the first step.